Let's meet the new finance minister, because there were some who, after Freeland surprisingly resigned this morning, thought that Trudeau might resign as well. Maybe he'll be gone, they said. Nope, that's not the way it works with big government members. No, when you've held power for as long as Trudeau has, and when you love power as much as Trudeau does, there are only two ways in a functioning democratic society that you are removed from power. Either one, voters vote you out in an election, or two, your party pushes you out of your own position. But of course, your party would only do so if voters were sick and tired of your leadership. So I guess really there's only one way a leader is removed from power, and that is when the population is so sick and tired of your leadership or rule that even the party has no other choice but to remove you from your office. And that's exactly what's happening, and so it seems, here in Canada with Justin Trudeau. He is trying his hardest to maintain any semblance of power. He will struggle and struggle and struggle until the end to try and hold on to so much as a thread of his position of authority. So many thought, fine then, Freeland's out, maybe Mark Carney's coming in. Carney's a wolf. Carney's a dangerous wolf, and he is to be taken seriously. Absolutely. So some thought, well, Freeland's out, Carney must be coming in because he would introduce this economic stability, although it wouldn't be much of a stability at all, into Trudeau's government that is desperately needed. But not so. No, instead, Trudeau has decided to appoint, here he is, Dominic Leblanc to the position of finance minister. The swearing-in ceremony is happening very soon. Here is LeBlanc's portfolio. First elected in 2000 and has been re-elected 7 times since. LeBlanc has represented his riding for over 20 years, almost 25 years now. Look at the size of his portfolio. It is a dense catalog. He has previously served as Minister of Intergovernmental Affairs, Infrastructure and Communities, as President of the Queen's Privy Council for Canada, as Minister of Intergovernmental Affairs and Northern Affairs and Internal Trade, as Minister of Fisheries, Canadian Coast Guard, and as Leader of the Government in the House of Commons. He is at home in government. He was previously Senior Advisor to former Prime Minister Jean Chrétien, Deputy Government Whip, and Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of National Defense. So again, this is LeBlanc's honey hole. He loves government. He has been here a long time, and he has been in numerous positions. But is he qualified to be finance minister? Well, before entering politics, Minister LeBlanc attended the University of New Brunswick and later Harvard Law School before beginning a career as a lawyer in New Brunswick. So he went to Harvard Law School. My guess is it's not for economic law. So what makes LeBlanc, what makes him worthy of the title finance minister? What makes him qualified to obtain the role as Canada's finance minister? Well, of course, he's Trudeau's best friend, or a good friend anyway. He grew up as childhood friends with Trudeau. So for all of Trudeau's talk, a feminist, he's a feminist, he's a feminist, he's so tolerant behind closed doors, it's like, yeah, right, not really, actually. There are more and more examples of Trudeau descending deeper into madness. And now he's appointing friends, which is nothing new in politics, to positions that, as far as biographies are concerned, they are not qualified to hold. Trudeau's government is descending into absolute chaos. That is no surprise whatsoever. Descending into absolute chaos, and still yet, he is trying his hardest to maintain power. Here's an example of that chaos. Listen to these government officials, MPs, and so on after Freeland resigned.
Chrystia Freeland is a good friend, someone I work with very, very closely as president of the Treasury Board and Minister of Transport. This news has hit me really hard, and I'll reserve further comment until I have time to process it.
So, total chaos. These are in French. What's government going to do? Rationally, of course, it would remove itself from power, but it won't do that because government acts irrationally. The Liberal government acts irrationally. Let's listen to this one.
Government's in right now. Your finance minister has resigned on hours before the fence was supposed to be tabled.
These are unusual days. They're unusual days, and I think we'll see how things unfold today. I haven't heard of the Prime Minister hasn't given a response that I have heard yet. So
no one has heard anything from Trudeau yet.
I'm fascinated in seeing what's
Were you expecting this to happen? Like, did you have any sense that this was going to happen?
No, but I don't know who did. things happen in politics, and it's a
Sometimes you
rough
could
road.
read
What's happening in Canadian politics right now? Well, of course, the Liberal ship is crumbling. That's what's happening. The Liberal house, which they built on sand, is, wouldn't you know it, falling down. And that's on them. That's their fault. It's because they refused to build their party based on truth. Rather, they decided to base it on a lie. They built it on a lie. And now is it surprising that it's being destroyed? No, not at all. It shouldn't be. No, it was built on total sand. No surprise whatsoever. You can only disregard the truth for so long. It's been 10 years now. The Liberals have rejected the truth for 10 years, and now the truth has come to collect its debt. Now it's come for payment, and there's nothing they can do about it.
the room and see things happening. I mean, if you read the Globe, you would see that.
I read all the news outlets.
Does this feel like the end? Does it feel like the end to you?
I've been a lifelong Liberal.
Does it feel like the end? Well, history shows that when a leader becomes increasingly convinced that he or she is going down, that he or she is losing his or her grip on the population they control, they will not all of a sudden ascend to a state of rationality. No, they will descend deeper and deeper into madness. They will become more and more insatiable as they work their hardest to grip, to clench onto any semblance of power they have left. And so we're watching Trudeau do the exact same thing. Does it feel like the end? Well, Canadians are certainly furious with Trudeau, rightfully so. They're certainly sick and tired of his rule, rightfully so. And as we watch Trudeau decrease, as we watch his prevalence decrease, we see him more and more try to maintain that little grip of power he has left. He is descending deeper into chaos, deeper into madness. It's a total lunacy. That's the way history shows that such leaders work. That's the way it goes. The more he loves power, the more he craves it. The more he craves it, the more desperate he is to hold on to it. And the more desperate he is to hold on to it, the more he's going to work to try and make sure he maintains it, no matter what that looks like. That's the danger of it.
I was 12 years old when I joined the Liberal Party of Canada.
Yeah, that's not a virtue at all. Those individuals who join political parties young are not to be championed, right? The man or woman who from a young age has had this view of wanting to rule others is not someone who should be ruling others. Those individuals who from a young age say, I want to be at the top of the country and I want to be the boss of everybody else, is the last person that I want to be the boss of me or you or any other citizen in the nation. No, far from.
And I have never doubted a day that the Liberal Party is the strongest party in this country.
Oh, yeah, you're not doubting it today, hey? No? Yeah, you're not doubting the Liberal government or the Liberal Party today as the strongest party in the country? You think they're so strong with themselves running around like farm animals after the chopping block? Yeah, that's what you think. Ridiculous.
And that we will always have the leader we need at the right time. And we'll continue to be the Liberal Party.
Is he the right leader?
And I have said to the Prime Minister, if he wants my advice on his leadership or comments, I'll give them directly only to him. I've been really clear about that. So
do we have the right leader right now at the right time, asks the reporter. And the response is, I'll tell the Prime Minister. Yeah. Wonderful answer.
It's a day where we will, I think there's got to be some reflection going on. And I was Chrystia Freeland's parliamentary secretary, and I have huge respect for her, and I will continue to have huge respect for her. And I'm really glad her confidence is in the Liberal Party, and she is going to run as a member of Parliament. And I think that says a lot.
Makes you wonder if Chrystia Freeland won't be running for the leadership of the party. Wouldn't surprise us one bit. The fact that she's still running for the Liberals would seem to indicate that perhaps she's at least thinking about running for leadership. And wouldn't that be something? These government members can't let go of power. They love it. They love it so much. They love the opportunity to rule other men, thinking it's what makes them great, but not according to you-know-who from Nazareth, not according to that carpenter from that little Bethlehem. It's not as though ruling a man or ruling millions of men and women are what make you great. No, last will be first, first will be last.